Hello, I'm Awfulsick. Welcome back to the WayStone Season 4, Episode 10. We finally hit double digits. Yes, and I'm feeling nostalgic. Feels like I'm in single player. Because I remember this exact scene playing out in the single player series. And I'm like, wait a second. Did I load up my single player world or something? But no, I'm on the WayStone, and I want to finally work on my base today. Start doing some building in it rather than doing all of the clearing, the water and stuff. And I plan to get a lot of this terracotta because it's going to be incorporated into the builds, which I haven't really decided what I want to do for the terracotta as far as color goes. No! Creeper, no, don't! Ugh, that was close. So, yeah, I've got to still decide the color of the terracotta, and I think this is going to be the main structural building, but then I'm going to have a lot of color accents when it comes to cyan. I really love that color for an ocean base, and although a lot of people use prismarine, I want to try to stray away from using prismarine on this entire base build. So I'm going to stick more with colors, going to stick more with terracotta and concrete, and just work my way up from there. Obviously, the last time that we had worked on the Guardian Farm, we needed an output area for all of those items, and I wanted to do a platform above the Guardian Farm itself. So I'm going to work on that today. We're going to get a storage system somewhat in place and maybe get the farm running depending on how long this is going to take. I'm going to fill about 3 shulker boxes full and head back over there and we could see what we can do. It may just be me, but I think I have a crush on these beacon sounds. It sounds so beautiful. And the stupid waffle forgot to bring a bed to sleep at nighttime. Thankfully, Cornelia has my back. And I moved this on top of the hill thinking it was out of range, but I got pretty much the whole pyramid down and it was missing an iron block. I just feel so stupid. I was like, I thought I had an extra iron block in my inventory for a reason, but hadn't realized that I had forgot to place the one in the middle. I'm really stupid sometimes. I haven't been recording the last few days. It's been changing into the cold season, so I'm getting stopped up and it's not fun whenever you're recording. So I took a 3-day break and I am back finally. I got all of my terracotta, 3 shulker boxes filled with that good stuff, and I've come over here to Llama Freak's build to collect some cactus. Now he told me that it's going to be 3 diamonds per stack, and that is a rather hefty price for cactus, but it is going to be well worth it. I've got 39, no, I have 48 diamonds on me. I'm a little bit richer than I had thought I was. I used Cornelia's diamond block in that, so I guess this hasn't been built yet, like the item elevator, so we're just going to have to manually jump in here and retrieve some cactus. I thought there might be more than that, but then I forget that this chunk isn't loaded constantly. Well, I'll take it. I don't know if he has a shop up or not. I could be missing out on that. We'll go ahead and collect what he has in this. And you know what? I'm going to actually put this in his mailbox. I just feel like to be a bit better. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's go to the Way Mall and see if he has many cells over there with cactus. And so it turns out our friend Llama-Reek doesn't have a cactus shop inside the WayStone Mall. What kind of madness is this dude? I guess I could contribute those 12 diamonds to you now for the 4 stacks. I'm just going to spread it out, making you look rich, making it look nice, and you are paid. 4 stacks should get me pretty far with this. I've got 3 stacks of lapis pretty much. I should really do another mining session soon, but it looks like we've got some mail too. Oh, a book. Prismarine Shard Pre-Order by I Am Fos. Let's check this out, see what's going on here. So I'm assuming people are buying my materials before I get my farm finished, which is totally fine because I think Fos really needs some of the sea lanterns for his project. I'm not really sure. But we've got Dear Mr. Wafflestick. I would like to pre-order 1 shulker box of prismarine shards. We can negotiate the price on the later dates. Thanks, I am Fos 548. Oh, most definitely, Fos. We're going to negotiate this. Oh, you're going to give me all your diamonds, and I'm going to just give you an empty shulker box and pretend that there is shards inside. That sounds like an amazing deal. Cornelia and I were just discussing how we are missing the custom skies texture because 1.13.2 has come out and we do have Optifine but no custom skies, which is a really sad day. It's just the pre-release version of the Optifine, but speak of the devil, she's in her house. What is this? You in here? No, I went inside of your home. This is my home. I don't know what you're doing here. Oh, you're just tending to Larry. Okay. I want to ride Larry. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. I love Larry. He's amazing. I want to take him from you. But speaking of I Am Foes, look at this project that has popped up at Spawn. This is absolutely incredible. Oh my god. If you do remember, there's a big sand wall just like blocking this up. It was a spoiler. So he's like, yeah, I'm just going to put up sand walls, and this looks insane. It's a bank build, the WayStone Bank, and more is to come on that process. But for now, this is going to be behind the curtain and sitting in the background, making Spawn look absolutely beautiful. Let's check this out from this angle, because we can see all the different things that just make up Spawn. Whoa, that fits in there really well, really fills it in. But I think it's about time we go do a project of our own. Let's get this basic going, because I want to get that Guardian farm going and start making some diamonds and having some materials to build with when we get to the Victorian city. I know I keep prolonging the project to keep doing clips beforehand. We're trying to get there finally, but I was wanting to finish off this list of changes by showing you what I have done with the Villager Breeder. I've added an entirely new room below, which we're going to take a look at. And I've got a farmer. Yes, he was a baby. He got into the system, and I had to get him back up with a water elevator and everything. Now, I came over here to look for some glass, which I don't know if I have any. Just some standard clear glass. No. Looks like I've converted it all to this. All of that pink, man, is going to my head. But check this out. Oh, this is going to be nice. Oh, yes, an opening to a completely different room. I done this off camera because I needed a space to store all of these villagers, and I didn't really want to make an episode of it. But we've got a few in there. No librarians, just a bunch of black aprons, just like the village they have come from. But goes right into a water elevator. These little guys are going to grow up, and they're going to go right in there. And whenever we get our trading hall set up, which I haven't really thought of a schematic yet, which I don't know. I had a piece of glass here. There was some mobs coming up, and I was just waiting to look at them and tease them that they couldn't get the villagers. But it seems like they stopped spawning in that room or stopped tracking the villagers and coming up to that spot. But this thing is nice and operational now. We don't have to worry about it so much anymore. It just kind of does its thing in the background whenever we do stay over here in AFK. Okay, and finally, we're going to get to today's project. The base building, the platform, maybe some decoration along with that. The beginning of a time machine, gun sort of thing. You'll see what I mean whenever we get the project going. Let's get over here and maybe begin a time lapse. Or maybe look at the materials first. Let's see what we've got to work with. Scuba do we got a white glass gun, science there, and we got science stained glass with some cyan concrete. How to do the blues. This is the cool spectrum, man. Yeah, I had to be cheesy and cringy there for a moment. But I was wanting to go over to WayStone Season 2 to take a look and make sure we didn't use this, because I feel like that was rather close in the spectrum of time when it comes to WayStone. And I need to check WayStone Season 1 because I had used this in gratuitous amounts, and I was just wanting to reflect on some of my old builds just to see how I used it. But I think that's far enough away to use it again. This is going to be the accent color, and I'm not even sure if I'm going to use this. It's going to take some debate and contemplation, but I know the general layout. I'm just going to do like a square going upwards for a bit, and then go into a circular platform for most of my storage. Yeah, we're going to jump right in to the base building mechanics. But first, let's go over to WayStone just real quick, WayStone Season 2. And Season 1, and let's take a look at this block and see how we use it, or if we even use it in WayStone Season 2. Wow, look man, it's pure nostalgia. If you've seen this, you've been around for a long time. Or you've went back really far into my videos and dug around. But yes, this place started out as a single player survival series, and then turned into the WayStone as we know it. And this is my first YouTube series world. I done this base with a bunch of the cyan terracotta. This is what I was wanting to look at, just to see how much I used and how I used it. so I could steer a little bit away from that technique in Season 4. But wow, I used a lot of it, didn't I? This was a very experimental world, too. I didn't even complete the item elevator going into the storage system. I didn't even complete the base. It was very experimental. Oh, yes, the enchantment room. That was cool. AFK fish farm. We've got the cocoa bean farm. We've got a pumpkin and melon and a sugarcane. Wow. Okay. It's just neat to come back and see some of this stuff. I really should make a video just going back and exploring some of my old builds. And something I was wanting to show off just real quick before we head over to Season 2 to see if we did use cyan terracotta or not. This neat little vault system I've got in the background going into my... Ooh, I had this open? All into my good stuff. All of my valuable gear. All tucked away. It's just really cool, you know, to come back and see some of this stuff. It's been a very long time. I think 1.10.2 was the last time I had played on this world and then put it down. Interesting stuff. So I'm going to try to steer clear from all of the crazy, gratuitous amounts of cyan terracotta on the walls and just make it more minimal compared to this. WayStone Season 2. Very similar color palette to what I'm going to be using on Season 4. And I have used light blue concrete and gray concrete. So I don't know how different the cyan and terracotta is going to look. But maybe if we don't include the birchwood, the packed ice, and the blue glass, we should be just fine. I think this was one of my favorite bases. It just seemed to make more sense with all of its design layout and ease of access. It was just really nice. I even left a couple of shulker boxes out, it looks like. This was a really, really fun base to make. I've even got another wart farm. I've got a potion brewing station. I've got the mapped out area. Ooh, you can even see it on the map. And that is my storage system. I think this is manual storage in the center, and we've got a shulker box storage system and a furnace array. But yeah, this is what the base looks like on the map. Cool project, man. I missed this one. It was really fun. Now let's get back to Season 4, current times, and start a new base of our own. Okay, and with that being said, I believe I am ready. Let's go ahead and pull in the camera account and do this in the form of a time lapse. No, I don't want to be in here. No, let me out. I did not mean to fall into the Guardian farm. We have the beginning of something great, and it looks pretty good in scale, not as a total structure of its own, but in the future I'm hoping to finalize that and make it look more cohesive. Right now it just looks like a big block on top of a farm. I mean, it's nothing too special as of yet. Oh, that's satisfying. But a lot of glass, interesting shape, and I've done some off-camera work to help finalize the top as far as just making it look a little bit less dark oaky. Let's go up there and take a look at it. Now this is going to be my storage system in the future. Looking at it from the outside is pretty impressive too, just seeing that shape. It looks very modern, and it does kind of remind you of some kind of machine. I don't know if it's necessarily a time machine looking thing yet, but hopefully one day we will get to that. But here is the custom design that we have put into place for our storage system, and it's going to be like a cross-sectional storage system. This is where all of my farm materials should go. I've just got to do a bigger system. I think I'm going to base it more on 30 viruses storage system. I think it's 30 virus. I'm going to have to take a look into that, delve inside. But made an unintentional mob farm inside of this cube. So I got these guys just wanting to kill me. No. That's what I get, honestly. There goes a bunch of lava too. I like to call this place the pit of sadness. There is death everywhere. Anywhere you fall, you can fall into this lava pit, hit the bottom, and experience fall damage and burn damage. And then if you survive that, you have to fly out of the slit. If you don't have any ender pearls, which I had just done a moment ago, experience kinetic energy very fast. It was a very sudden change in my health. I was kind of dead. Or if you miss that, you fall into the guardian pit where there's a bunch of guardians dancing around. And funny thing is, if you get stuck on the water, that's the only way out. If you don't have any ender pearls, I recommend carrying ender pearls everywhere you go, because you have to fall through the middle, you have to fly, and then you have to reposition yourself to go down so you can go through this slit. It's just a big mess, and I didn't even create this. A skeleton shot a creeper. Creeper got really mad and just blew up. This is my life in Minecraft. This is what I have to deal with every day. Oh, but it's so worth it. It seems until this point, everything has been relatively easy, but when it comes to filling this entire cube full of water, that is going to be very difficult. It's going to suck so bad because we got a bunch of guardians in there. Look at how many guardians have spawned and dropped into the farm. And that's from the water sources above the fence gates, and then we've blocked sky access. That's going to increase the spawn rate. It's just going to be a super big mess because we're going to use kelp to do one corner of the farm, and that's going to fill it up with water sources. I am not looking forward to that. I have been putting it off and making it worse in the meantime by putting this above it, but I think we can get through it. Maybe I might have to make some resistance potions, do a resistance beacon, and just get in there and get dirty. You know what? I'm tired of creepers. I'm tired of hostile mobs. I need to take a break from that area for a moment. I'm gonna go over here and chill with this turtle. He seems like a nice guy. Nice viewpoint too. But I think that's going to be about it for today's episode, guys. Hope you did enjoy watching. We'll see you next episode, and you have a fantastic day.